Hello, everyone. My name's Evan Jacobs, and this is Boxing Time TV. It was recently announced Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul on Netflix on July 20th. Let's just get right to it. Jake Paul, I believe he's a 3-1 favorite in real life. In this game, he's an 11-1 favorite, just because the computer, doesn't really. The computer just computes, I guess is the best way to put it. Anyway, Mike Tyson, 50 years old. Jake Paul, 27. Mike Tyson is 5'10". Jake Paul is 6'1". Tyson, I have him at 225. Jake Paul, I have him at 205. 71 reach for Mike Tyson, 76 reach for Jake Paul. 50 fights for Mike Tyson, 6 losses, 5 by knockout. Jake Paul, 9 losses, that 1 loss to to Tommy Fury. And this is, I made it 8 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 10-point my scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule. There's still a lot of talk about what this fight's actually going to be. It's going to be an exhibition, guys. It's going to be like the Roy Jones fight with Mike Tyson, at least in that. In this simulation, they can go for knockouts, they can do whatever. This is a computer. But in real life, the best part of this fight is going to be the build-up. And then when we see it in real life, it's as Wrestling Days said when I was listening to his Knockout Chaos stream, which was awesome. I mean, I am so grateful for these watch parties because these pay-per-views, who can afford all these pay-per-views? But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Dan Raphael and his Substack. I'm grateful for the Big Fight Weekend podcast. I'm grateful for Wrestling Days. I'm grateful for Showbiz the Adult. I'm grateful. I mean, I fight news. Like I'm saying, those are like my hubs. That's where I get it from. And yeah, I wanted to do this fight. I feel kind of dumb doing this fight before doing. I was gonna do Fundora Bohochuk next, but and I was gonna do and I'm doing Canelo Munguia next. But sometimes that's just the way that it happens. It looks like I'm probably going to have to do Manny Pacquiao versus Conor Benn. So, it's just the way that things happen. So who knows? Fundora Bohochuk may not happen just because given that happens at the end of this month. And then I also wanted to do Espinoza Ramirez, that rematch. We know that's going to happen. Benavidez, Vosdick. So there's a lot to do. But hey, we just got to keep up. We just got to do as much as we possibly can. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. We are at 392. We're going to be at 300. I can feel it. Lee, my man, my guy in the clutch. I know you can make it happen. And right now, Tyson's certainly not being embarrassed, but, being schooled by Jake Paul, which, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And I do wonder what would happen if Tyson were to, jump on him. But this bout's going to be happening in Texas. Whereas I know I was told, or not told, but I heard from on the Dan Raphael on the Big Fight Weekend podcast, him saying that, they were told by the California State Athletic Commission before the fight happened to not really, don't go for knockouts. Oh, Jake Paul wobbling Mike Tyson with a left hand. And so that's why this bout, going off of the bouts that Jake Paul has had, going off of what Tyson did against Roy Jones, I made it 8 rounds. I made it 3-minute rounds. And I figure, that is safe. It could be a 10-rounder. They could be 2-minute rounds. But I think 8 10-minute rounds. 8 3-minute rounds is safe. But you never know. Maybe they'll fashion it as a 10-round fight for some title of sort. They can even do it with an 8-round fight for like a title, a fabricated title, a Netflix title. Who knows? All right. We'll get into these guys' records soon. Tyson, obviously with the better bona fides. Although, wow, they gave that first round to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul coming out, landing a right hand. Tyson going to the basement, hitting Paul in the body, putting water in the basement, as Teddy Atlas would say. And there are a lot of people, for whatever reason, would like to see Jake Paul get knocked out. And I just don't understand that. I mean, I like Jake Paul. I think he's done a lot for the sport of boxing. I think there's a lot of positives with him. But yeah, people just hate him. And it's just sad. Why is there so much hate? The guy, you know why? Just because the guy's successful. Now he's got Paul against the ropes. Guys, I'm telling you, Mike Tyson, at least in this boxing game, did not show up to lose. And Jake Paul's an 11-1 favorite. So maybe the computer knows something that we don't know. Whoa! Tyson wobbling and landing hard on Jake Paul. Could it happen? See, the game, by the way, if you're wondering why isn't he older than 50, if that's your first thought, delete that comment if you've written it to me. The game doesn't let me go up higher than 50. So, I think it takes a lot into account. I think this Sierra Championship Boxing is the best boxing game in the world still to this day. But yeah, that is why you're seeing this as this is. Oh, Tyson walking into a left, recuperating well, and Paul fighting well, and Tyson looking like he's trying to counter him. Maybe try to pull what he did against Franz Botha. But, Paul kind of coming back on. Paul's got to be careful getting Tyson in the corner. Tyson comes off the rope with something a la Buster Douglas. That would be pretty darn impressive. I'm reading the book right now about the Tyson-Buster Douglas fight, which it goes round by round and really is just packed with information. I'm savoring it. It's great. And by the way, I started in my home, I used to have a big boxing magazine collection. I got rid of it. For a while, I got really sour on boxing when Oscar De La Hoya lost to Shane Mosley. And so I gave away my magazines. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with it, even though I still kept up on fight news and watched fights here and there. But then I'm like, man, I really wish I never would have given those magazines away. There's no getting those magazines back. I had so many. There's no point in trying to recreate the collection. But what I do have is boxing books, and I'm building that collection up. So maybe one of these, next time I post, next time I do because I do a post every week in the community section of this of Boxing Time TV, which you can just go and it's a weekly sort of recap of boxing. And it really has like all the news sort of like there and just sort of quick thoughts on things. And you can go and read the real articles. Okay, so Tyson gets 1 point. He gets 2 of the points. Jake Paul getting 1. So Tyson, guys, up by 5 points. We got 6 more rounds left. Can Iron Mike, can he outbox Jake Paul? I never thought I'd be saying that in real life. So anyway, I will post a picture of it because it's small right now. I mean, it's growing. It's going to get bigger. Because my thing is, I want like a real legit boxing library in my house. That's the one thing, it doesn't surprise me that Tyson's boxing as well as he's boxing in this fight and he's up on points. George Foreman, later in his career, became a very, very, very good boxer. And that was the thing. I don't think he lost that last bout to Shannon Briggs. I mean, I'm going to double check. Oh, look, and Tyson kind of snapping the head back of Jake Paul. And he's just doing all these little things in there, all that knowledge, all his boxing knowledge, all those years, those motor skills, guys. I see it coming back, and he's become a cute fighter in that way. You know what I mean? Crafty, able to block punches, and I'm going to check right now if George Foreman, I believe his last bout was Shannon Briggs. Yep, his last bout, lost majority decision. And that's sort of when he went on kind of a run where, like before that, he'd had KO'd Michael. He KOs Michael Moore. He wins the title back. Beats Axel Schultz, Crawford Grimsley, Lou Savarese, loses a majority decision to Shannon Briggs. I mean, just what a career. George Foreman really is amazing. Tyson, guys, has a cut on his nose. They're saying that he's tired. They're saying that Paul's tired. Now Tyson winning that on 1 point on the judges, 2 points on the judges' scorecards. Guys, Mike Tyson, 89. So he's up by 7 points, and we're almost at the midway point of this bout. He comes out, lands an uppercut and a body shot on Jake Paul. Another body shot, folks. I'm telling you, but something tells me Jake Paul is going to peck at that cut, and that could make things even interesting. So we got Tyson with the deadly one-punch power. Does he still have it? And can Jake Paul maneuver enough and do what he needs to do? Right now, guys, been a boxing clinic. Tyson taking him to school. Who knew this was going to be a technical boxing match? Once again, you're watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and follow. Please share these links with your family and friends. We're happy to have you here. Come on, we're almost at 300 subs. Let's get there. Come on. You guys can do it. Oh, and Mike Tyson, both guys trying to take it out of each other. I'm telling you, I wonder what the second half of the bout. I think we're going to see them really set down on their shots. Could that favor Jake Paul? Will that favor Tyson? If Paul makes himself open, we will have to see. Guys, I just woke up today and just got kind of right to work on this. Got a few things done. So this is, I'm saying I have not eaten. The stomach is kind of rumbling a little bit. Let's look at the record of Jake Paul. Has that recent victory over Ryan Borland, a recent victory over Andre August, victory over Nate Diaz, the loss to Tommy Fury, the victory over Anderson Silva, Tyrone Woodley twice, Ben Askren, Nate Robinson. I want to say that's KSI. I think Ali, I'll check on that. But right now, Jake Paul getting Tyson to the corner. And is Paul mounting a comeback here? And Tyson's record. Oh, Tyson wobbled. But no, Jake Paul figures it out and drops Mike Tyson now. Tyson, I don't mean to root against Jake Paul, but come on, you got to want Tyson. Did Paul wake up a sleeping giant? Did Paul wake up a sleeping giant? Hey, you know what? To Tyson's credit, folks, he got right up. He got right up, and that knockdown could cost Tyson if this ends up being close. If Tyson is, it would make sense at his age. 8-round fight, slowing down, guys. We got 4 rounds left. Let's see what happens. Wow, Paul has a cut over his eye. Jake Paul, 10-8. All 10-8s for Jake Paul. He's roaring back in this fight. Tyson only up by 1 point now, folks. This is a 4-round fight. Both guys are cut. High intrigue here. Can all that guile of Mike Tyson? Can that So here, let's look at Tyson's record. Like I said, it's going to read like Tyson hurts Paul, I think. Here, let's see what it is. So now Tyson's back to doing the things that he was doing before. He's shored up his defense. If he can keep it shored up, he can take this. But Jake Paul roared back in that round to even it up. So yeah, Tyson, like I said, has the loss to Danny McBride, the loss to Danny Williams, knockout over Clifford Etienne, knockout loss to Lennox Lewis, beat Brian Nielsen, no contest with Andrew Galata, stop Lou Savarese, I believe that was in England, Julius Francis, Orlin Norris, no contest, Franz Botha, the bite fight with Evander Holyfield, the fight where he lost to Evander Holyfield, knocking out Bruce Seldon, Frank Bruno. Those were title fights. Buster Mathis Jr. These were the comeback fights. Oh, and he wobbles Jake Paul. Wow, guys, look at this. Buster Mathis Jr. Peter McNeely. That was the fight. That was his first fight after he got out of prison. The 2 victories over Razor Ruddock. One was a stoppage. One was a decision. Beating Alex Stewart and Henry Tillman after losing to Buster Douglas. The loss to Buster Douglas. But then he was undefeated before that. Beating Carl Williams. Beating Frank Bruno. Michael Spinks. Tony Tubbs. Larry Holmes. Tyrell Biggs. Tony Tucker. And I have really weird feelings about the Larry Holmes fight. I think Holmes got so just maligned as a heavyweight champion and then got offered that fight and was given a time frame to prepare. They cut the time frame on him. He wasn't going to turn down all those millions and just ended up getting fed to the wolves when, if he would have proper time to prepare, the real Larry Holmes, when he was right, I think at least goes the distance and probably beats Tyson. 10-9s, all for Mike Tyson. Both of them still cut. None of them are that. Oh, wait, one of them for Jake Paul. So Tyson up by 2 points now as we go into the 6th round, guys. Guys, 6, 7, 8. We got 3 more rounds to go. This has been a highly entertaining, drama-filled, technical fight. Tyson has been dropped by the younger Jake Paul, but Paul's tired. He's cut. He's walking into shots. Tyson's setting traps. Kind of reminding me, of... Hold on one second. I want to get this right. This reminds me a little bit of when, and now Paul getting Tyson into the corner. Here, let's see his record. Kind of reminding me of Riddick Bowe before he fought for the title. Jake Paul dropping Tyson again. Oh, can Iron Mike get up? Can he do it? Has he had enough? Mike Tyson getting stopped by almost, but it's not to be. Jake Paul emerges. Jake Paul never gave up, never stopped believing in his ability, folks, and the knockout came kind of like Jeff Harding versus Dennis Andres. The winner's Jake Paul by knockout. The fight lasted 6 rounds. Tyson was knocked down 2 times and has a cut on his nose. Paul was not knocked down and has a cut over his eye, but as you can see, very, very close. Mike Tyson is 48, 46, 47, and then it's even on 2 of the judges' scorecards. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and follow. Come on, we can get to 300 subs. We're at 392. We're so close. Let's do it. Guys, our motto here at Boxing Time TV is why wait? Watch it now. Don't watch the real thing when it airs and compare. We'll see you next time.